It's a WNBA Saturday on Ultimate Sports Media. Stop one, the Windy City, and the Las Vegas Aces have come calling on the Chicago Sky. The first of a WNBA doubleheader on the network today. Later today, New York and Phoenix in a critical battle for a playoff spot. Today, though, we start with one of the league's heavy hitters, Las Vegas, against another team looking for some wins down the stretch, the Chicago Sky. Overcast day outside, but inside the action's going to be hot and heavy with A'ja Wilson and friends coming to town. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our coverage of the WNBA. I'm Seth Eaves. Thank you so much for being with us. We even saved you the best seat in the house. Great matchup we have to start our Saturday here. The Las Vegas Aces, of course, at 20 up and 8 down. One of the top teams, currently second behind Minnesota in the WNBA standings at the present time. Chicago, meanwhile, 6 games out of the 8th place playoff spot. So they have got to start getting wins quick, fast, and in a hurry, or else the 2021 champions will be home in the fall. So it is an interesting matchup we have here today, as the Aces and the Sky are just about ready to get this show on the road. And what could be and should be a very fun matchup. Of course, we had Becky Hammon's team winning for you on the network on Thursday. And A'ja Wilson, best player in the world? You bet. How about 31 points per game she's averaging in the last 4 games? Quite remarkable what she's been able to do. These two teams met back on July the 3rd, the most recent meeting between the two teams. Vegas won at 98-90 at overtime behind 29 points from Nalissa Smith. The teams also played at Chicago at the United Center. 107-99 Vegas wins June 28, 30-15 for Wilson. This game being played at the Wintrust Arena in Chicago. And when you think Chicago, you think number 10, the Brazilian big Camila Cardoso, the former national champion at the University of South Carolina. So 2 former generations of Gamecock champions squaring off today with Wilson and Cardoso. Wilson's joined by Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Stephanie Talbot, and Alyssa Smith of the Vegas 5. The Chicago 5, Cardoso joined by Courtney Vandersloot, Sydney Taylor, Natasha Cloud, and Aisha Coulibaly. Tyler Marsh has never beat Becky Hammon in 5 tries. Hammond's won 7 straight against the Sky. Great way to kick off our Saturday in the W here on USM. Phoenix later, but first, Chicago, and away we go. And it's the homestanding Sky in their black pinstripe uniforms from right to left who will control the basketball. And Cloud has it over on the left wing, gets it to Vandersloot. Cardoso on the low block. Cardoso. Wilson comes for help side defense. Shot gets altered. Cardoso fighting for it down low. And we're going to have a jump ball 20 seconds into the game. Wilson came on that help side defense, and that really made things uncomfortable on Cardoso. So here comes the actual jump ball. Say hi to our good friend Christian Malley. Glad to have you with us here. Here's a steal for Las Vegas. And on the fast break, then the Aces get the first points of the game. Great steal there and a great finish by Jackie Young, who had a great first half in the New York game on Thursday night. Wilson with a rejection on Cardoso. It goes out of bounds. The Sky got off to a terrible start, 4-12, but they've been playing .500 ball ever since. Major test, though, of their improved credentials here today. Vandersloot on the right wing, meanders left side. Now into the paint, kick out. 7 to shoot. That's a long 3, and that does not go. Wilson gets the rebound into the hands of Gray. Gray now finds Young. Young now crossing the midcourt stripe. Chicago coming off of as mentioned, a big win against New York on Thursday. They've won 7 straight in this series, and we get a whistle and a foul away from the ball. 2-0 lead for the Aces early in this one. Play now does resume. Here's Young on the right wing, 8 to shoot. Gets it back to Wilson. Wilson kicks it back to Young with 5 of the timer. Young now goes back left side, now right. Young just inside the arc, and the mid-range jump shot is no good. Talbot got a brief tap to it, but it goes into the hands of Cardoso, who gets it to Cloud now for Chicago. Here is Cloud. Now back to Vandersloot. Vandersloot, nice pass inside Cardoso for 2, and Camila Cardoso gets the scoring started for the Sky off a great assist from Vandersloot. Cardoso coming off a 26-point effort in the game against Connecticut on Thursday. Career high 15 points a game she's averaging this season. Here's Wilson now, working left block, 8 to shoot. Now over to Young. Young in the paint. Young off the heel, no good. Smith had the rebound briefly, but then lost it. Sky have numbers. Here is Sydney Taylor. Pull up in the paint. That doesn't go. Too strong. Rebound corralled by Talbot. Young now on the left wing for the Aces. 2-2 early in this one. Wilson now back to Young with 13 on the timer. Gray thought about the 3. Now a bounce pass in the paint to Wilson. Wilson couldn't get it to go. Rebound gathered in by Cardoso. Here's Vandersloot. Pushes up to Cloud. Cloud stops. Now gets it to Cardoso. And now Chicago will run the offense. Vandersloot trying to attack with Talbot defending. And Vandersloot dribbled it off her leg out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Aces. So both teams struggling early in this one, at least to get a good offensive rhythm, and it's a 2-2 game. Here is a corner 3 from Talbot that missed short off the front of the rim. Young corralling the rebound. Great fight for it inside, and Young scores. And just like on Thursday night, Jackie Young taking the responsibility upon herself for the early going. She had 29 in that win against New York we had for you on Thursday. At the other end, Taylor, and Taylor had it stripped. Sydney Taylor tried to go to the basket, and it did not go. Last touch, though, by the Aces. And, great inbounds pass on a cut. And this game now tied at 4, and then nearly a steal. But then a foul. I believe that's going to go against Vandersloot. 4-4 our score early in this one. On this stuff. Again, game 1 of our WNBA Saturday doubleheader. Gray to Wilson right wing, 15 to shoot. Wilson now goes to the pass inside. Young, Smith from the left side, and the shot doesn't go. Off the front of the rim, no good. Transition, 3, and Taylor went all by herself, missed short. Vandersloot rebound, Cardoso inside, had it stripped by Young. Cardoso got it back and put it in. Great work by Cardoso, staying with it. And the Sky now lead it 6-4. As Camila Cardoso getting the basket. 4 of Chicago's first 6 points coming from her. Here comes Asia Wilson. Wilson off the window, no good, but she drew contact. And a foul on, I believe, they're going to call that on Natasha Cloud. So Asia Wilson, the Hopkins, South Carolina product. At the charity stripe. Because I believe it was in the act of shooting. I don't know if it was. By the way, that foul officially is on Cloud, and that is 2 on her early. So here's the WNBA's leading score at 26 a game, Asia Wilson. We told you a few moments ago about the last 6 games, she averaging over 30. Just ridiculous. The performance. A week away from her 30th birthday. And right on cue, she misses a free throw. She is human. Sky make a couple of changes, including J.C. Sheldon, the Ohio State product. Second free throw from Wilson, good. And it's a 6-5 Chicago lead as we near the 6-minute mark of the opening quarter. Also into the game for the Sky is Rachel Banham. Banham now giving it up to Gabriela Jaquez. Jaquez's pass broken up. Here come the Aces now on the run, down by one. Wilson, a double team, nice defense, and a steal by Taylor. Taylor now trying to go the other way. Taylor through traffic, lost the basketball. Stripped, and Young has it. Young, long outlet pass. Smith, momentum nearly carried her out of bounds. Ball still gathered around. It's becoming a bit rec league-ish here at the moment. Here's a wide open three from Taylor, and that's canned. The first three of the game from Sydney Taylor. And the Chicago lead is at 4, 9-5. Taylor's second leading scorer amongst rookies this season, the rookie out of the University of Louisville. Inside, Smith, nice finish. 2 for Nalissa Smith. Pulls the Aces back to it in 2. Here in the halfway point of the first quarter, Smith leading the WNBA in field goal percentage. Banham, a 13-footer, in and out, and Smith gets the rebound for Vegas. Banham, of course, quite a college career herself. More on that in a moment. Here's Wilson, and fadeaway jumper from the left side. It's too strong. Rebounded by Chicago. Taylor jumper at the free throw line. Rims out, hit off the heel, no good. Rebound, Vegas. This is Jackie Young. Gets it to Wilson, and you're not going to stop her when she does that. Layup, left hand, just fantastic. 9 apiece. As the WNBA's league scorer, who's averaging 31 in the last 4, now back in it. Here's Jaquez. Pass briefly picked off. Back into the hands of Jaquez. Jaquez back to Taylor. Jaquez, 7 to shoot. Now trying to move. Jaquez, runner in the lane. Off the right side, it's no good. Rebounded by Young. Young lobbing it inside. Too strong for Wilson. It's going to bounce off of her hands, and out of play it'll go. And that'll take us to a break. Fast start to this one. 4:02 to go first quarter. 9 apiece between the Aces and the Sky. This is the WNBA on USM. We'll be right back. Overcast day in Chicago, 4:02 to go first quarter, 9 apiece between the Aces and the Sky. As mentioned, this is the first of two on our channel. Later today at 3 Eastern, the New York Liberty and the Phoenix Mercury. They'll get it going. That should be a fun one. They'll come your way at roughly 3 o'clock Eastern time. And then tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time, two of the top teams in the league square off. The first place Minnesota Lynx hosts Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. A'ja Wilson, as mentioned, a superstar, one of only two players to win back-to-back WNBA MVPs. Cynthia Cooper was the other one. She won it in not the first 2 years of the league, was third in 99. As Dejanay Carrington checks into the game and took a shot, but there was a whistle before then, and there is a foul. Of course, he's trying to join a list of players who've won 5 MVPs in total. Wayne Gretzky, the last NHL player to do it, Michael Jordan, Barry Bonds, Peyton Manning, and the other big four sports that have won 5 MVPs. And the other reason we mentioned the 3-in-a-row deal is because if Wilson were to win, she'd be the first in WNBA history to win 3 straight. 6 of the timer. Wilson kick out. Young, a left wing 3 down the hatch. Jackie Young, boy, she can really hit it from outside, and she knocks that down. First 3 attempt of the game for Las Vegas. It goes. They lead it 12-9. A 7-0 run for the Aces. Here is Jaquez. 5 to shoot now. Sheldon with 3. Sheldon for 2 to shoot for Chicago. 1 to shoot. Sheldon just puts up a prayer to beat the shot clock. And I don't think she got it off. She missed the shot anyway, but she did not get it off in time. So momentum now back with the Aces. That's 5 Sky turnovers in this opening quarter, which is a death sentence when you play a team like Vegas. Wilson, 9-footer didn't go. Rebound Sky by Carrington. Carrington running the floor. Carrington, 8-footer, good. She did that all by herself, Dejanay Carrington, and she knocks the mid-range jump shot to pull the Sky back to within 1. It's 12-11. Young, kick out. Here is a 3 on the way, and that's another Vegas 3 that goes. Down the chute, Jewel Lloyd knocking it down. And the Aces now lead it by 4. Lloyd shooting 34% from 3 on the year. And the Vegas lead is at 4. Bantam looking for a response, and that one was way off the mark. Hit the underside of the netting. Young fires back and hits another one. They're going to call that a 2 for Jackie Young. But regardless, another possession, another bucket for Las Vegas, and Tyler Marsh has seen enough. Timeout Chicago. 2:15 to go in the first, and the Aces now lead it 17-11. We were originally supposed to have a soccer game tonight, but I don't believe we are going to. What we are going to have, though, is MLB for you tonight, also from Chicago, the Yankees and the Cubs. 7 o'clock at Wrigley Field. That should be a good one. We mentioned Vegas and Indiana and Minnesota tomorrow. Also tennis. Again, there's no there's no NASCAR, no racing of any kind outside of IMSA this weekend, so it kind of leaves us out. More WNBA coverage coming your way throughout the week. Monday night at 7, we'll have Vegas again as they go to Atlanta to take on the Dream, and then we'll have Vegas and Indiana Thursday night at 7. Next Saturday, Vegas, Minnesota at 1. That'll be good. And then Vegas, New York at 12:30. We're becoming a Vegas channel. Interesting. Of course, we'll have soccer, football, everyone call it the European season. Our European season kicks off Friday at 2:45 when Wolves take on Port Vale, the first round of the EFL Cup. The EFL Cup back to use next Saturday with West Ham, Portsmouth at 10. And then at 11 a.m. Mansfield against Sheffield United. Here's Dejanay Carrington. They did rule that a 3, by the way, for Young, so it's a 7-point game. Banham, kick out Vandersloot, a left wing 3. It's good. Courtney Vandersloot cans a triple. Cuts the Aces lead to 4. Here is Jackie Young. Young. The ball in. Carrington hit the deck. I believe she's the one that's going to get called. Well, no, or is it going to be a turnover on Chicago? I believe it's going to go back to Vegas. Or not back to Vegas, back to Chicago as well. It was a 24-on-24 crime there. Banham and Lloyd. Referees are still trying to sort something out. And now Dejanay Carrington and Dana Evans having some words. Tell you what, Jewel Lloyd laid one heck of a scream. Rachel Banham. Now Carrington still upset. Like she and Evans were still talking up a storm anyway. Play resumes. Vandersloot. Bounce pass. Trying to find the cutting Elizabeth Williams. Not there. Aces now have it going the other way. Carrington on Evans. Or now this is Evans with the ball here. Evans being guarded by Vandersloot. Evans in the lane. Well off on the jump shot. Rebound Chicago. 80 seconds to play first quarter. Vandersloot up the floor. Vandersloot at the free throw line. Backs it. Gets it to Banham. Banham. Dish inside. Good pass and a layup. The Sky Bank 2 within 2 as Coulibaly, Aisha Coulibaly, the rookie from Texas A&M, has cut it to a 2-point game. Final minute of the opening quarter. Wilson gets it to Young. Young. We had the ball stolen by Williams. 3 seconds left. The Aces still have it. 2 to shoot. Gray's got to put it up. Not there. Rebound by Banham. Here's Carrington on the right wing. Carrington. Good pass. Williams misses it. Missed the layup. Rebounded by Young. Wilson. Numbers missing. And out of bounds it goes with 27 seconds left. Becky Hammond is doing some kind of a rug cutting with Asia Wilson as she was getting her and others back to the bench. Wilson just 3 points on 1 of 5 shooting. Gray to inbound for Las Vegas. Lloyd, 10 to shoot. Gray, Smith in the paint, turnaround. Oh, off the front of the rim. It goes in. A friendly touch by Smith at a 2-point lead or 4-point lead now for the Aces. Clock off. Vandersloot with the ball. Down to 7. Vandersloot. Bounce pass. It's Williams, and Williams had stolen. 1 second left. Smith just inside half court to beat the buzzer. Left it short. Now take us to the end of the first quarter, and the Las Vegas Aces in the early lead in this one. They've come out firing. The Sky have fought pretty hard too. 20-16, Aces after 1. We're back in just a moment as you watch our coverage of the WNBA. 20-16 lead for Las Vegas over Chicago as we get set to start the second quarter here on our WNBA coverage. A reminder, mentioned NASCAR off this week. Cup Series action returns a week from tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern. The Iowa Corn 350 for the Iowa Speedway. The race to the chase heating up. Should be a good one from the Hawkeye State. That comes your way next Saturday. 20-16 lead for the Aces. And a reminder that our next IndyCar race will come to you on Sunday, August 23rd with the Freedom 250 from Washington, D.C. Jackie Young, 10 points in the first, double figures in the first quarter. Fourth time she's done that this year. A steal as we get the second quarter underway. Vegas had it, then lost it. So here come the Sky, down by 4. They committed 6 turnovers in that first quarter. 11 on the timer for Vandersloot. Now back to Cloud. Lob to Cardoso inside on the turn. Cardoso had it stripped. But as Brianna Turner made the steal, she was out of bounds. So the Sky will keep possession of the ball. They will have 4.7 seconds, though, on the shot clock. So Chicago's got to be cognizant of that. Vegas averages 5 blocks a game as a team this season. They already have 5 today. Catch and shoot from the right corner. It's way off the mark by Cardoso. Vandersloot got the rebound. That didn't go either, though, on the desperation shot because it didn't hit the rim. She had to put it up. Aces coming the other way. Into the left block now with Melissa Smith. Smith, jump shot, good. Smith with a nice jump shot just inside that painted area. And the Aces lead now is at a half dozen. 6 for Smith. Cardoso now back to Vandersloot. Vandersloot, 10 to shoot. Cardoso trying to knife in. 7 to shoot. Cardoso, double team. Good pass. 4 seconds. Vandersloot all alone to the corner. Not there. Tip didn't go either by Koulibaly. We get a foul here. Courtney Vandersloot. What a year. 16th season in the WNBA. 14 with Chicago. Second most assists in the history of the league. Only Sue Bird has more. Turned to action back on June 26th, missing over 12 months with a torn ACL. 37-year-old from Kent, Washington. Played her collegiate basketball at Gonzaga. Koulibaly at the line. First free throw is good. Koulibaly, the rookie out of Texas A&M. Won a gold medal representing Mali at the 2017 Under-16 African Championship. Was a 2-time All-SEC second-team selection. That came when she was playing at Auburn. Transfer to Texas A&M. She made both free throws, and it's a 22-18 lead for Las Vegas. Here is Smith. Smith, pass deflected, and Vandersloot. Talked about her steals on cue. Good pass to Cloud. Up to Koulibaly underneath. Missed the layup and spun it out. Cardoso couldn't get the follow to go either. And Smith saves it, and the Aces now can run here. Well, that was quite the sequence. Young for 3. Splash. But no. A violation. And illegal screen set by Kirsten Bell, your player out of Florida Gulf Coast. Four-point lead for the Aces. Sydney Taylor. Taylor, 15-footer, gets the hometown roll. On the jump shot, a hometown roll by Sydney Taylor. Sky back to within a deuce. Now here's Gray on the right wing. 10 to shoot. Gray. Inside, Wilson. Score it. What a combo that's been. Gray to Wilson. Good luck finding a better combo in the league. Vandersloot at breakneck speed, trying to go back the other way. And we get a whistle, and we get a stoppage here. We have an injured Sky player, and Chicago has taken a timeout. So 3 timeouts remaining for them. 7:31 to play in the second, and that's Taylor, and the rookie out of Louisville is heading back to the dressing room. We'll step aside and be back in just a moment. $7:31 to go, second quarter, 24-20 Aces. You see the score on your screen. We've mentioned a lot of soccer. How about the Premier League? It comes back Saturday, August 22nd. Brentford against Tottenham, 12:30 Eastern. That'll be our first match of the new season. 2 nights later, the start of the Xabi Alonso era at Chelsea as they visit Fulham at Craven Cottage. In action all year long as the Premier League gets into high gear. High gear here in the WNBA with Las Vegas and Chicago. Again, first of our doubleheader today. New York and Phoenix to follow. Brianna Stewart and co. heading to the desert. Matthew Owens will be your man with a plan for that one after we're done with this one. 7:31 to go with the second. 24-20 Aces. Again, you see that score, but you're not going to get the radio out. You're going to try a heck of a lot harder than that to get the radio out of us. It looks as if the officials needed a new basketball. Injuries have been a big part of the Sky. Harrington's missed nearly 30 games. We've mentioned Vandersloot missed a bunch. Rakia Jackson's missed 23. Skylar Diggins 9. Azura Stevens has missed 6. They have done better as of late. As mentioned, they've been playing 500 basketball the last 12 games. Sheldon, a high arcer off the heel, no good. Rebound, Vegas. Ace is now trying to push it up the floor. Here's Wilson. Wilson, blocked by Cardoso. Wilson got it back, though. Bounce pass inside to Bell. Kick out Young. Too strong on her 3. Rebounded by Carrington. Carrington now. Euro step all the way. No, but she drew a foul. She'll go to the line. Will Dejanay Carrington, 6th-year pro out of Baylor. WNBA All-Defensive First Team, the most improved player 2 seasons ago when she was with the Connecticut Sun. Played at Stanford as well as Baylor. And, of course, the older brother of Darren Carrington, the second who played college football at Oregon. 28-year-old out of San Diego, California. Referee's trying to make sure there's like a bit of a wet spot under the rim there. You just want to make sure that's all good. So 24-20, they're still trying to get the condensation off that painted area, and the cleaners are getting a nice standing ovation from a solid crowd inside of Wintrust Arena. And it looks as if, well, I thought Carrington was getting ready. Now something else has happened, and she is becoming very frustrated. I think the officials are doing something. And Sydney Taylor's coming out of the locker room. That's a good sign if you're a Sky fan. And Carrington misses the first free throw. I'm sure she'll have something to say about the delay causing her to miss the free throw. She does make the second, though, and it's a three-point game. Gray with the inbounds pass. Carrington with 3 points of the game. Dana Evans with it now for the Aces. Now back over to Jackie Young. 10 to shoot. Young on a double team. Back to Evans. Evans with 7. Now it's Young on the right wing. 5 to shoot. Back to Evans. 2 on the timer. 1 on the timer. Evans, runner in the lane. Rims out, no good. Loose ball, Wilson. Falls down to the ground, but yet she gets called for the foul, much to her chagrin. And have they reversed it? Now Natasha Cloud is saying something to somebody. I think Wilson kind of sold that one a little bit, I got to be honest with you. Cloud to tie the game, does. And Natasha Cloud evens it at 24 apiece. Gray now on the right wing. Gray now trying to move. Gray. And deflected. And last touch out of bounds by Cardoso. .607 to play in the second. Aces to inbound under the basket. 8 to shoot. Gray gets it to Wilson. Wilson driving inside. Kick out Smith. 3 to shoot. Smith had it poked away. Koulibaly defended, and then she hit it off of Smith, I believe. No. I thought that the referee pointed that way. Guess she didn't. 3 on the timer. Inbound. Wilson has to do it and couldn't get it to go. And in fact, it was picked off. Sky now with numbers. Carrington all the way. No good. Cardoso had the rebound briefly. Missed it. Here come the Aces with Young. Young pull up. No good. Rebound fought for. Wilson got it. She couldn't get it to go from a couple of feet. Ball bouncing out of bounds. Last touch by the Sky. Or is it? Wilson is arguing, so I guess she wanted a foul call. It's going to be Las Vegas ball, though, with 5:42 to play. And Becky Hammond's going to take a timeout. 5:42 to play in the second. Well, folks, it will not be much longer before Pigskin. American football gridiron battle for supremacy. That'll come your way for both college and pro. It won't be too much longer before we get the season started. And what a fortnight of fun we're going to have to start the college and professional seasons, as Matthew makes his exuberant feelings known that Christian Malley is with us today. Matthew, most appreciative of the Germans' participation in our broadcasts. A reminder, American football starts Saturday, August 29th at 3:30 Eastern. College football, ACC battle, NC State. C.J. Bailey, the Wolfpack, take on last year's ACC runner-up Virginia. Thursday night, September 3rd, more college football. Colorado, Coach Prime heading to Atlanta against Georgia Tech, a new-look Yellow Jacket team. Friday, September 4th, last year's national runner-up, Miami, with new quarterback Darian Mensah, takes on Stanford from the Bay Area. 9 o'clock kickoff on that night. Then Saturday, September 5th, a college football doubleheader, the first full Saturday, Boise State and Oregon at 3:30. Perhaps a couple of playoff teams. They played a tight one 2 years ago. What'll happen in Eugene this time? Then at 7:30, Clemson and Louisiana State. Lane Kiffin's first game as LSU's head coach against the Clemson team coming off a very disappointing season last year. Wednesday, September 9th, our NFL coverage begins, 8 o'clock Eastern. Patriots and Seahawks from Seattle. Friday, September 11th. It's going to be an absolutely emotional scene. The red bandana game on 9/11. Rutgers at Boston College at 7:30. Saturday, September 12th, 7:30. More college, more CFB. Ohio State and Texas. And then Monday night, September 14th. Denver, Kansas City, 8 o'clock. Oh, by the way, let's go a little bit further out there. Saturday, September 19th, Louisiana State and Ole Miss. Maybe you've heard about that. Chelsea Gray looking for a 5th championship. She'll be just the 2nd WNBA player to do that. Rebecca Brunson, her time with Sacramento and Minnesota, also won 5 ships. So a lot to play for here. And boy, you wouldn't bet against this Aces team. They are struggling against this Sky team today, that is for sure. Here is Smith. Now to Young with 10 to shoot. Young pumps, gets it to Smith, 7 to shoot. Smith knifes in, no good, but drew contact and a foul. So Melissa Smith will go to the line. I want to mention something about Sydney Taylor. I mentioned she's a WNBA rookie. She was undrafted in 2024 after stints at both UMass and Louisville, played 2 seasons overseas in Lithuania and then in Poland. First free throw good by Smith. Smith now with 7 points, looking for her 8th. 2-point lead. She makes both free throws. 26-24. Here's Sheldon up the floor now for Chicago. 17 to shoot. Sheldon now gets it to Cloud. Cloud, great pass to a cutting Cardoso, but a great block by Bell. And now Vegas coming the other way with Gray on the right wing. Back to Wilson. Straight away 3. Cans it. Asia Wilson from downtown. And halfway through the second, it's a 5-point Aces lead at 29-24. Lob inside. This is Cardoso. And blocking foul, much to Becky Hammond's chagrin. It's going to go on Smith. So, got a break in the action. So 29-24 the lead here for the Aces over the Sky. So a 2-point there, and so now you're looking at a situation where, look at this, what are they trying to judge here? Maybe that was a flagrant. Goodness only knows what the deal is here, but it's the WNBA. We'll try to figure it out as we go along. So calling the court was a Las Vegas foul, and I'm thinking that Becky Hammond challenged it. That would sound right to me. You know, three officials just standing there as if they're looking at a KFC menu. Or a McDonald's menu, whatever your favorite establishment is. Cardoso chatting it up on the bench. Halftime coming up. We'll get you caught up on what else is happening across the league and the sports world, for that matter. Yeah, I think they finally have made a decision here. So we're still waiting to find. I'm still waiting to find out what the call is here. Now they're going to look at it again. Now they've made their call. So Vegas wins the challenge, and it's going to be called an offensive foul against Cardoso. So Becky Hammond successful on the challenge. 29-24 Aces. Cardoso, third most fouls a game in the regular season. She's tied with Angel Reese, a former rival of hers when Reese was at Louisiana State. Rival might be loosely termed, given how South Carolina's ruled that series. And then number one, of course, on that particular list is Aaliyah Boston, former teammate of hers. So play resumes here. Vegas up by 5. Here is Young, left wing. Young looking for some help. Now gets it to Gray. Gray trying to ice it through with 9. Gray knifing off the glass. Couldn't go. Loose ball picked up by the Sky. No, a foul. Here is Carrington. Turn around, jump shot in the paint, and score it. 2 more for Dejanay Carrington. It's a 3-point game. So near the 4-minute mark, the second quarter. Carrington has 5. Gray up the floor, being guarded by Sheldon. Gray now over to Young. Young with 9. Young, right wing, wraparound pass to Wilson. Wilson's jumper at the free throw line canned. Asia Wilson just too strong. The lead back to 5 as we near the 4-minute mark of the first half. Natasha Cloud now running it up the floor for Chicago. Right wing to Cardoso. Cardoso, good pass. Cloud kicks it back to Taylor. Left wing 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebound Cardoso. Score it and 1 for Camila Cardoso. And a chance at a 3-point play with third-year pro for the University of South Carolina, the 25-year-old from Montes Claros, Brazil. Started her her collegiate career playing at Syracuse before winning 2 titles with South Carolina. Missed the free throw, though, did Cardoso. So now back the other way we go. Vegas with the ball up by a 3 spot. Wilson gets it to Young on the right wing. Young with 9. Back to Gray at the top of the key. Smith a 3. That's way off. An air ball. And then out of bounds it goes. I think it was actually last touched by Chicago. So Vegas is going to have it. Las Vegas, please. But 3 seconds left on the timer. So not a whole lot of time to work with here, obviously, if you are the Aces. Three seconds of the timer. Gray to inbound. Young, 1 second. Young. Vegas didn't realize the shot clock was winding down, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. Oh, my word. That can't happen. So Chicago now with a chance to tie the game. The Aces average 12 turnovers a game. That's third best in the league, but they have already committed 9 in this one. Cloud to Vandersloot. Vandersloot. Oh, great pass inside to try and find the cutting Taylor. Not there, but Taylor is fouled. Mentioned Sydney Taylor. Played at St. Anthony's High School in South Huntington, New York. Was a first-team All-8-10 performer with the UMass team back in 2023. And in and out of the first free throw. Rattled around and out. Second one coming up. And it's good. So 1 out of 2 for Taylor. 31-29 lead for the Aces. Gray now to Wilson. Wilson working with it. Will hand off an illegal screen. Illegal screen. And so back it'll go with the Sky. And boy, the Aces are looking just a little uncharacteristically sloppy here in this first half. Foul on Nalissa Smith. That's her third. Here is Taylor. 11 to shoot for Taylor. Trying to move. Now goes back left wing. Here's Taylor. Driving and scoring, but she traveled. Extra steps by Taylor. Will go back the other way. And yeah, pretty obvious there. She picked up the foot. And it's a tough break. When you're trying to pull a major win like this, you cannot be turning the ball over. Wilson. Young. Young, a step back 3, and hits it straight away. Triple there by Jackie Young. And the Aces now lead it by 5. Cloud with a response at the other end, though. Natasha Cloud knocks down a triple, cuts it to a 2-point game as we near 2 minutes to play in the first half. Here is Young, not there. Rebound Smith. Turnaround. It's good. Tough 2 by Nalissa Smith. Cloud thought about the quick trigger 3. Now gets it to Williams. Sky run the offense with Carrington with the basketball. Carrington now back to Cloud. Cloud on the left wing fires up a 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Young got the rebound for the Aces. Young up the floor. Young now to Wilson. And Wilson misses. Wanted to call it, didn't get it. Sky coming up the floor. And leaving that one way short is Taylor, but she's fouled. Christian Malley says it is a close game. Reminder, if you like what you're seeing, or more importantly, hearing, Hit that like and subscribe button. That notification bell so you'll be notified when we go on with any sports broadcast. Here is Sydney Taylor. Oh, and she misses the first free throw. Close game. Again, expecting a close game later today. We'll have New York and Phoenix for you. Big Mo, our announcing goated one. Of course, our producing goated one is JT. Wonder if he'll actually be available because there's not a whole lot of racing going on this weekend. I'm sure there's some Danish Formula 6 series that JBM has, and he's going to have to produce it, I'm sure. Here is Chelsea Gray. Gray in a ball and a foul on Taylor, and Taylor's beside herself. She can't believe it. And Tyler Marsh having some words for the officials. Gray did stumble. Here is Smith with it now for the Aces. Back to Gray. Nearing a minute to play in the first half, I should say. Young back to Gray. 5 to shoot. Gray into the paint. Gray, left side jump shot. Goes down. Chelsea Gray knocks down a 2. And it's 38 to 33. 5-point deficit for the Sky. Cloud, pull up at the foul line. Too strong. Rebound Scott out of the air by Wilson. Now back over to Gray. Gray trying to move. Gray for 3, and that's way off the mark. Out of bounds. Whose ball is it? It's going to be Chicago's. 38 seconds to play in this first half. Vandersloot on the inbounds pass. Taylor. Taylor all the way. Taylor scores. Great finish there by Taylor. And it's 38 to 35. 6-second difference between game and shot clock. Gray being guarded very closely here. Timer at 8. You see the game clock. And a foul against Chicago. 13.9 to go. Look at me getting that scoreboard adjusted right. Oh, JT would be so happy. He'd be jumping up and down and cracking snowballs. He'd be so excited if he saw that. I tell you. 13.9 seconds left. It's Asia Wilson at the line. 10 points, 6 rebounds for her. First free throw is good. And that's the third foul on Natasha Cloud, and she is very upset. Like she was just headed straight to the locker room. She none pleased. Again, we are almost at the half. 13.9. Wilson makes the second. So now here is Vandersloot up the floor with 10 seconds left. Shot clock off. Vandersloot right side. Vandersloot looks for help. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor in the paint. Gets the hometown roll. A nice finish. Making it a 2-point game. Gray from about 62 feet. And not even close. And that takes us to halftime in the Windy City. We've got an interesting one here. The Las Vegas Aces against the pesky Chicago Sky. They have played 20. And you see the score there. Aces 40, Sky 37. Back with halftime goodies in just a moment. This is the WNBA on Ultimate Sports Media. Halftime in the Windy City, and it's the Aces leading the Sky by a score of 40-37. Jackie Young with 13 points to help lead the Aces, who were balanced. 20 points in the first quarter, 20 points in the second. Seth Eaves back with you here as we now do something I love to do, and you'll be hearing me do a lot during the college football season, studio work. Get you caught up on all the latest scores and other things from the sports world as we are rolling along on this first day of August. Of course, just a 2-game day in the WNBA, and both games right here on our family. I say our family, I never only on one of the old platforms on this channel. Coming up later today, 3 o'clock Eastern time, we'll have the Liberty and the Mercury. Liberty been in a funk lately and are in danger of possibly missing the playoffs. Hard to believe. They're in 8th place right now, and one of the teams chasing them, the Mercury, will play them. That'll come your way at 3 o'clock later today. When we're done here, Matthew Owens will have the call. Some trade news. WNBA trade deadline is tomorrow. The Toronto Tempo have signed Anissa Morrow in a deal with Connecticut. That will send the rights the other way to Maria Masha Klunduakova at a 2028 second-round pick. Morrow, of course, was the number 7 pick in last year's draft out of Louisiana State University. 9 double-doubles and 20 appearances for the Sun this year. Other sporting news here. Training camp is open to the NFL, and unfortunately that means a lot of injuries. A lot of big injuries already. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall is going to have season-ending surgery. Buffalo's C.J. Gardner-Johnson was carted off with a leg injury today. Meanwhile, the Chiefs rookie standout Cyrus Allen had to be helped off with a leg injury. There is one bit of good news from an NFL perspective, though, in terms of at least it's good for non-injury news. Atlanta Falcons signing offensive lineman Matthew Bergeron to a 4-year, $96 million extension. Major League Baseball on this Saturday. Again, the first busy day. The first game starts in a little less than an hour. St. Louis at Toronto. White Sox are at the Rays. Marlins at Mets. Also today in the Major Leagues, Minnesota at Seattle. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Philadelphia at Baltimore. Texas at Houston. Arizona at Cleveland. Washington at Atlanta. Yankees, Cubs. Kansas City at Colorado. San Francisco, San Diego. Red Sox, Dodgers. Milwaukee at Anaheim. And Detroit at the A's. That's what's coming up. And, of course, the big story in baseball, their trade deadline fast approaching. And will they be in a position to maybe get Tarek Skubal? The Dodgers, will they be able to get it? Will he be out of Detroit? Who knows what's going to happen. Soccer. Shout out to JT. The English domestic season got underway today. A preliminary round match in the first round of the Carabao League Cup. We told you the EFL Cup will have games for you next week for the opening round of that. It started today, an all-Northwest affair. Rochdale, who's back in the Football League this season, winning in a penalty shootout over Tranmere Rovers. It finished 2-2, and then it went straight to penalties, and it was Rochdale who got the win there. Big MLS day today. Plenty of matches, including Montreal against New England, DC United Nashville, Cincinnati versus San Jose, Inter Miami against Columbus, Philadelphia Atlanta, New York Red Bulls against Orlando, Vancouver LAFC, Chicago versus Charlotte, Minnesota San Diego, and just a bunch of other games going on. Of course, a lot of teams playing preseason. Opening weekend of the Scottish season continuing. St Mirren beat Falkirk 2-0. Hearts lead Aberdeen 1-0 with about 5 minutes to go. Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Mawali leads Egypt 2-0 in the 53rd. Nigeria plays Zambia later today. Salzburg and Hartberg goalless early on in the Austrian Bundesliga. Sturm Graz and Swarovski Tirol ended in a 1-1 draw as that season gets up and running. Hard to believe that A few weeks removed from that high of the World Cup that the domestic game is back in full flow. 40-37 here. Aces leading the Sky. We've got the second half coming up next here on Ultimate Sports Media. Second half underway. 40-37 the lead for Vegas over Chicago as we pick the action back up for you and bounds. The Aces were trying to go underneath. They'll go right to left in the second half in their white uniforms. Chicago the opposite end in their black uniforms with pinstripes. 3-point lead for the Aces. Chelsea Gray to inbound. 8 shot clock. Gray lobbing it in to Asia Wilson. Wilson, ball slipped out of her hand. And the rebound by Cardoso. Sky on the run now. Clown now Vandersloot. Vandersloot to the right wing. Vandersloot. Kick out. Left corner three. That is off the mark by Koulibaly. And the rebound gathered in by the Aces. They run. Here's Gray. Thought about the three quickly. Triggers a pass. It's intercepted. Now Cloud. Bounce pass up ahead. Look for another pass, and it deflected off the foot of Vandersloot. And again, Chicago, every time they have a chance to get close to either tie or take the lead, they commit a silly turnover like the one they just did. And you're not winning, again, it's like a broken record. You are not winning games against teams like Vegas, against Las Vegas, when you are turning the ball over at critical times like they have today. Vegas 19-2 this year when they lead at the half. Gray, a right wing three, barely hit the front of the rim. A scramble now ensues, and it's going to be a jump ball here. So a jump ball with 8:57 to play in the third. As mentioned, the Sky started the year just 4-12, but 6-6 ever since. Just trying to make sure everything is all situated here. It's going to be Koulibaly and Smith, and jump ball be one, scrambled for, and then picked up by the Aces. Gray, Wilson on a drive. Wilson, Talbot, great move. Great passing and a nice layup by Talbot to finish it off. The lead now back at 5. Taylor now with it for the Sky. Taylor, teardrop runner from about 10, is down the hatch. 3-point game. 13 now for Taylor in this game. Smith at the free throw line. Jump shot is no good. Rebound saved, and Vandersloot has it. Another chance to maybe tie the game here for Chicago. Vandersloot, good pass. They'll go for the 2 instead to Koulibaly. Smart passing. You know Vandersloot's good with passing. And that's now a 1-point game. 42-41. 6 points down for Koulibaly. Here's Smith on the right wing. Smith. Ooh, nearly a steal. Young saves it. 6 to shoot. Young picked off Vandersloot. Vandersloot now to Koulibaly. Oh, no, it's Taylor. Taylor, like a trapeze artist, just bouncing the ball in her hand. Somehow didn't get called for a walk and didn't turn over, but missed the shot. Gray, a transition 3, no. Wilson couldn't clean up the mess. Sky running, a chance to take the lead. We'll slow it down here for the moment. Cloud lobbing it. Try to get to Cardoso, and Smith tapped it out of bounds. Last 12 games, the Sky are top 2 NBA in scoring, assists per game, and paint points per game in that stretch. They only averaged 82 in their first 16. They've averaged 95 in their last 12. Inbound to Taylor. Taylor hit the underside of the rim. Sky wanted a foul call, none given. Talbot. Young in the left corner for 3. No good. Rebound Wilson. And doing what she does best. Scoring off the rebound. Lead now back at 3 for the Aces as A'ja Wilson does A'ja Wilson things. Here's a left wing 3 by Taylor. That one wouldn't drop. Rebound Vegas. Aces now back up the floor with 17 on the timer. This is Wilson. 13 to shoot. Wilson throws it up. No. Ball tapped around. Into the hands now of Vandersloot. Vandersloot, 2-on-2. Vandersloot. And forced out of bounds by Talbot. It'll stay with Chicago. Down 3 with 6:31 to play in the third. So now off the inbounds pass, and Cardoso turns it around. Here is Smith. Smith throws it up, score it in 1. Nalissa Smith with a chance at a 3-point play. Tough inside, and is that on? And that foul's on Cloud. That's 4. If I'm not mistaken, that's 4 on Natasha Cloud. Smith now looking for her 13th point of the game. Foul on Natasha Cloud. And makes the free throw, and it's 47-41 Aces. Cloud still in the game with those 4 fouls. Now dribbles it up the floor. Cloud with 16. Kick out Sheldon. Now back to Vandersloot, top of the key. Back. Oh, no, she faked the pass. Vandersloot lobs to a cutting Sheldon underneath. Missed the layup. Again, a foul called, or a foul being asked for, and this time the Sky get the call, albeit very late. So here's J.C. Sheldon at the line. First free throw up and good. Sheldon, of course, great collegiate career playing at Ohio State from Olmsted Falls, Ohio. Second team All-American in 2024. She went to Ohio State because she was a lifelong fan, but she also wanted to remain close to her younger sister. And if you know anything about J.C. Sheldon, she makes the free throw very close to her younger sister, who, of course, has Down syndrome. So, just a very, very classy player and person. At the other end is Wilson, and Wilson drills the jumper from the foul line. 6-point lead for the Aces. 5:39 to play in the third. Vandersloot, Rachel Benham, she'll try a 3 and hit it. But there's a whistle before that. And what's the call here? I think they called an illegal screen on Cardoso. Yep, that's what they called. So another big mistake. When the Sky could have gotten close, they would have cut it to 3 had Benham made that. That's Cardoso's third foul. So Aces bank up the floor, leading it by 6. Wilson, great pass to a cutting Young, who lays it in. 2 more for Jackie Young, and Las Vegas is now up 8 all of a sudden. Largest lead of the game for the Aces. Cardoso to Carrington. Carrington forces one up, no good, but there is a foul here. I think it's going to go against Young. Oh, it was a good effort there, despite being on bounce there by Dejanay Carrington. Carrington will go to the foul line. She has 5 points in this game, make it 6, as she connects on the first free throw. Again, WNBA and Ultimate Sports Media, Liberty and Mercury to follow us. Fever links tomorrow. Short on the second was Carrington. Cardoso fighting like all heck for the rebound. Wanted a foul call. He threw it up and missed it. Wanted a foul call, but did not get it. Wilson, tough 2, no, but she's fouled. And boy, Chicago getting very frustrated. Their players are, at least, with (51-44). The Aces lead nearing the halfway point of quarter number 3. And Asia Wilson, I think, got hit in the eye. And I think a little blood's come on her jersey. So she is getting tended to. On the sideline. A penny for the thoughts. Tyler Marsh, who is now having a discussion with the officials. My guess is about some of these calls or lack thereof. Last regular season meeting between these two teams this year. The Aces, of course, as Wilson goes to the foul line and misses the first. This is the beginning of a long 5-game road trip for the Aces. Again, we're going to have every game of the road trip. At Chicago, then at Atlanta, then at Indiana, at Minnesota, at New York. They're not home again until August 11th, and they play 5 in a row at home, starting against the Washington Mystics. Free throw good by Wilson, and it's now an 8-point game. As, again, a whistle as Coulibaly was trying to work her way in, and I believe the foul going to be called on Wilson. 4:53 going to third quarter. Sky coming up for them. They'll host Phoenix on Monday. Then it's home for LA, home for Indiana, followed by road trips to Seattle and Golden State. 8-point lead for the Aces with 4:53 to go in the third. Timeout. Eight-point lead for the Aces with 4:53 to play in the third quarter, and they're trying to make a chance here. And Sky, and the story of this game, at least if you ask me, has been the Sky every time they've had a chance to cut in or maybe tie or take the lead. When they've had that chance, they just haven't been able to do it. Now the Aces have their biggest lead of the game. 8-point game. Becky Hammond at 13 points per game had the most scored points per game by an undrafted player. Very early in the career, but Sydney Taylor has 14.2. That would break that record. She kept it up throughout her career. Rachel Banham for 3. That one wouldn't fall. Rebounded by Jewel Lloyd of Las Vegas. As we're into the second half of the third quarter, here's Lloyd at 3. That's way too strong. Rebound corralled by Cardoso. Gives it up to Banham. Banham on a bounce pass to Coulibaly. Coulibaly missed the layup, but a foul call. And free throws coming up. First free throw up for Coulibaly. It is good. A reminder, coming up at 3 o'clock on a separate stream. That's the best part about working on this platform as opposed to any other platforms. No need for me or Matthew, either one, to wait on anybody. As the free throw is good, he'll go right on at 3 o'clock with the Liberty and the Mercury. If you want to watch that stream, you won't miss a thing. Here, 4:15 of the third, Las Vegas up by 6. Wilson all alone at the free throw line. Why would you do that? A'ja Wilson's going to hit that 9.5 times out of 10. The lead back to 8 at 54-46. 19 for Wilson. Banham. Williams now. Back to Banham. Banham trying to move on the right wing. Banham gets it back out to Coulibaly. Coulibaly along 2 with 5 of the timer. Airballed it. And out of bounds it goes. And back to the Aces. Chelsea Gray with that sick no-look pass. They call her the point guard for a reason. .45 to go, third quarter. 8-point lead for the Aces. 6 of 15 from the floor in this third quarter. Chicago just 2 of 11. Wilson with 8 to shoot. Wilson is fouled. .54-46 with 3:28 to go. Wilson at the free throw line, and first one rattles in. Good work there by A'ja Wilson. 6 free throws. Oh, 6. I don't know why I said 6. Second free throw also good, and now it is a 10-point lead for the Aces. Sky have got to do something here. Carrington in the paint. That's good. That's a good start. 2 more for Desjardins Carrington. Wilson, by the way, now 20 points. That's the 22nd time in 29 games that she's done that this season. She's kind of good, huh? Young back to Wilson. 10 to shoot. 8 on the timer. This is Wilson. Spinning. Wilson. Got the roll. When you're as good as her, you get those rolls on the road. Back to a 10-point lead. The pride of Hopkins, South Carolina, and Lower Richland High School, home of the Diamond Hornets. Coulibaly to Banham. Banham with 10. Back to Coulibaly. Banham. And a cut here. Sub Sheldon out. Vandersloot checks back in. Here's Vandersloot lobbing it to Carrington, but there was a foul before that, and I think it was on the Sky. And again, big mistakes, and that's why this team's fighting the uphill climb that they are at 8 games under. Games under 500. It's struggling for the playoffs. It's been the A'ja Wilson show. She has scored the last 7 Las Vegas points. 10 on the timer. Young back to Wilson. Wilson kicking it back out. Evans a left wing 3. That one too strong. Rebound gathered in by Williams for the Sky. Now Vandersloot to Carrington. Carrington trying to knife her way in. Didn't go. Ball batted around. Young threw it off of Vandersloot. But it's going to stay with Chicago? I thought maybe there was a whistle beforehand because I thought Hill actually threw it off of Vandersloot. Well, all right then. And Becky Hammond might be challenging this. Yeah, I don't know. I think she'd have a case. There is a delay here. There might be a condensation problem with the floor again. That's what it is. So Young goes back to the bench, and you see, well, that's A lot of it being tended to on the floor there. Again, WNBA later today, New York and Phoenix. The New York Liberty, the Phoenix Mercury, and then tomorrow, the Indiana Fever and the Minnesota Lynx at 1 Eastern. And the first of 5 straight road games for the Aces. Ready to resume. It is Sky Ball and another turnover. Loose ball. Whose ball is it? It's going to be picked up by the Aces eventually. Young scored and one. Jackie Young stepping up right here. Lead now at 12. And Jackie Young with a little something to say on the way up afterwards. Makes the free throw. The lead now 61-48. Just like that, the Aces now lead it by 13. Under 2 to go in the third. Young averages 18 a game. That's how many she has today. Vandersloot's runner doesn't go. Ball tapped around out of bounds. Last touched by the Aces. Minute 44 to play in the third. The Aces now starting to exert their will. Catch and shoot three, and that one will not go. Still out there. They got it back. Here's Taylor. A three. Good. Taylor needed, they needed that. They're going to need a lot more to go here down the stretch. A 10-point game. Here is Asia Wilson. Wilson knifing in. 2 on her. Wilson turnaround. Gets the roll again. It's 2 more for Wilson. The lead back to a dozen. Here's Vandersloot for the Sky. Cloud. Now left wing 3 on the way. Taylor didn't get it to go. Rebound Lloyd as we're now inside a minute to go in the third. Wilson with 13 in this third quarter and 25 for the game. A turnover here by Lloyd, and Chicago will get this ball back. So here's Vandersloot, 17 on the timer. Vandersloot running scoop and scores it. Good work there. And so the Aces have the Sky have cut it back to 10. Vandersloot, 5 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Smith now over to Evans, the 11 to shoot. Left wing, Evans still has the basketball. Now moves left wing again. Evans working it on the baseline. Bounce pass underneath. Turner, Brianna Turner with the basket. And so 2 more. And the lead back to 12. Shot clock is off. Into the hands of Courtney Vandersloot is this basketball. Down to 10 seconds. Vandersloot. Inside it goes to Koulibaly. Now back to Turner. Vandersloot with 1. Fires to beat the buzzer and hits it. Courtney Vandersloot beats the third quarter buzzer and gives the Sky a chance to at least make this interesting. As we go to the final 10, Aces 65, Sky 55. As you watched the Ultimate Sports Media coverage, the WNBA We move to the money quarter in Chicago, where it's the Aces leading the Sky 65 to 55. Aces trying to start this long road trip with a victory and keep pace with Minnesota for first place in the WNBA standings. The Sky trying to make a playoff push. They fought hard today, but they've been their own worst enemy. A lot of costly turnovers, perhaps costing them a chance to be closer or maybe even in front in this game as we approach the final 10. Vandersloot gives it up now to Natasha Cloud. Now it's back to Vandersloot. Vandersloot now back to Williams. Williams turn around, left it short off the front of the rim. Smith gets the rebound. Here come the Aces the other way. Vegas up by 10. 15 to shoot. Now it's back to Gray. 12 of the timer. Gray. Left block with 9. Evans at 3. No good. Rebound, Cloud for the Sky. Cloud looking. Thought about the 3 briefly. By the way, she's playing this game with 4 fouls, Natasha Cloud. Worth noting. Vandersloot, no good, but drew a foul as it hit off the heel. 9:16 to play. Of course, Asia Wilson and Jackie Young, in terms of scoring duos, how big of a flex is it if you're Asia Wilson that you are involved? You are one half of 2 of the top 4 scoring duos in the league this season. Her and Jackie Young are second, and her and Gray are fourth. There's one constant there. As Vandersloot misses the free throw. Wilson with 25 today. Young with 18. Vandersloot missed them both. And Young has it for the Aces as they go back the other way. Wilson currently on the bench right now, so that's not Young, that's Evans. That's not Young, that's Evans, Ernie. Here is Gray with 12. Kicks it back out to Evans. Evans driving. No good. Never thought you'd hear a Benny Parsons reference on the W. 20 to shoot. Here comes Cloud. Cloud. Good pass inside, and it's no good. All by Coulibaly. Williams there, though, to clean up mess. And it's an 8-point game. 8:41 to go. I hope Matthew got those Bill Weber messages I sent him this morning. Here is Gray. Fade away from just inside the paint. No good, but foul call. And the former Duke University Blue Devil goes to the line. First free throw is no good for Gray. J.C. Sheldon checks back in for the Sky. Gray makes the second, so 1 out of 2. And it's 66 to 57. 8:24 to go. Oh, it's a good pass to Williams inside, and Williams fouled. 8:22 to go. Elizabeth Williams, speaking of Duke, another Duke product, 33-year-old, born in Colchester, England, but attended high school in the United States at Princess Anne in Virginia Beach. 4th overall pick out of Duke in 2015. Most improved player in 2016, was an all-star back in 2017. And Williams misses the first. Of course, her younger brother is Mark Williams, who played at Duke on the men's side. Williams makes the second free throw. 8-point lead for Las Vegas. Wade gives it up now. Here is Evans. 10 to shoot. Evans back to Lloyd. 7 on the timer. Lloyd, long 2. Way off the mark. Out of bounds. It will go, and it will go back to the Sky. This is one of those games, if the Aces can hang on, a game that a coach loves. Becky Hammond loves. You win the game, and you can also have teachable moments from it. Let's be honest with you. This has been a sloppy showing by the Aces. Cloud way off the mark. Rebound by the Aces. But they are in front still at the moment. Gray, 15 to shoot. Gray going inside, looking for Turner. And it's going to be a foul call right there. And now double trouble. Young and Wilson have re-entered the contest. Cardoso back in for Chicago. 7:40 to play. Wilson with 7 to shoot. Wilson, turnaround, and it is good. Asia Wilson back in the game, rested and fresh for the stretch run. You knew she was going to hit that shot. 10-point game, 27 for Wilson. Taylor with a runner that gets the friendly roll. Trying to keep the Sky in it. 8-point game yet again. Wilson now over to Young, and Wilson's fouled. 7:09 to play. $7:09 to go. We will take a timeout and be right back. A reminder coming up later today, 3 o'clock here, and just a few minutes to go. A few minutes from now, another stream. Game 2 of our WNBA doubleheader is Brianna Stewart and the New York Liberty take on the Phoenix Mercury from the Valley of the Sun. That'll come your way in a matter of moments. In the Windy City, Ace is trying to get to the finish line of a 68-60 lead with 7:09 to play. And a steal off the inbounds pass. Taylor gonna lay it in. And Chicago pulls back to within a half dozen. 20 points now for Taylor. Gray. Now back to Young. Here's Wilson in the paint. Tough two. Left it short. Rebounded by Cardoso. Sky with Cloud running at breakneck speed. Cloud, now Taylor on the right wing. 15 to shoot. Taylor for three. Got it! 3-point game. A 7-0 run in the last 54 seconds for the Sky. Gray. Crowd's back into it, and a foul on Taylor will quiet the crowd down. And, well, actually, it won't quiet the crowd down. It'll get them angry. And Chelsea Gray is slow to get back on, stand fully up. She's bent over, and she is injured at the present time. That was a tough play there, Wilson and Taylor. And they called Taylor for the screen. She wanted the foul on Wilson. Here is Gray with 10 to shoot. Young, bounce pass. No, that's Young in the corner, no good. Oh, Smith skied for the rebound and put it in. Nelissa Smith. Tough two, and the lead now back at 5. Sheldon. Oh, what a layup. Just flipped it up and it fell down. Three-point lead for the Aces. Gray back to Wilson with 13. And offensive foul. Young protests. The Sky say about time we got one our way, and they'll have the ball down 3 with 5:43 to go. Sheldon. Back to Williams. Long two. Good. It's a 1-point game. Unbelievable. An 11-2 run by the Sky. Gray. Steal. And the Sky have it. Chance for the lead. Turner ahead of the pack. Blew the layup. That sums up the day for the Sky. Gray. Fake. Now Young. Back to Gray with 13 on the timer. 10 to shoot. Smith, floater, good. Oh, that's a tough two. And the lead now back at 3 for the Aces. Cloud. Driving in. Cloud, kick out. Corner 3. Turner hits it this time. Even at 72. Timeout, Vegas. Wow. 4:39 to go in Chicago. What a doozy. We'll be back in just a minute. 4:39 to play in Chicago. The Sky mascot having fun. Why not? Her team has come back from double figures to give the Aces something to think about at the very least. And Sydney Taylor, a big reason why, averages 14 a game. Today, 26 the total. Reminder, coming up, when we're done here, more WNBA for you to check out on another stream. It's the Liberty and the Mercury. Nearly a steal. Here's Wilson now. Throwing one up? No, but she drew a foul, and she'll go to the line with 4:25 to play. "27 points and 11 rebounds. Spins in the first free throw. And the Aces recapture the lead. That is the 5th foul, by the way, on Natasha Cloud. Second free throw. Good. A 2-point lead as we near 4 minutes to play in the Windy City. "12 to shoot. Here is Taylor with 8. Taylor trying to move. Taylor in the lane. Floater. Tough floater didn't go. She fought hard but didn't get the floater to go. It goes out of bounds. It's back to the Aces. Delissa Smith's the only current Ace that's currently in foul trouble with 4. Cloud has 5 and Taylor has 4 for Chicago. Under 4 to play at a 2-point Las Vegas lead. Here is Smith. Young with 10 on the timer. Now down to 7. Here's Wilson in the lane. Wilson couldn't get it to go. Got her own miss and put it back. Second time of asking, A'ja Wilson puts it in. 4-point lead. 31 for Wilson. Cardoso all alone at the free throw line and hits it. Where have I seen that before? Her left all alone on a jump shot. 3:18 to go. It's a 2-point jump shot, not a 3-point jump shot. Gray. Wilson. It's good. A'ja Wilson hits right back. Oh, that's a response. 78-74. Cloud back to Cardoso. Wilson now her 10th 30-point game of the year. Cloud with 10 to shoot. Cloud on the right wing. 7 to shoot. Cloud driving inside. Scored and one. Natasha Cloud. This team won't go away. It is quite remarkable what has happened here. What's been happening. And now Cloud, a free throw to cut this to 1, and it is good. 78-77. Right away, Loy, a rush 3 didn't go. Rebound, Taylor. Can the Sky take advantage and grab the lead this time? Cloud up the floor. Cloud. Now back to Williams. Floater! Chicago's got the lead! First lead since it was 9-7. Williams the tough 2. Young with 12 on the timer. Young. Wilson. 8 to shoot. Gray a left wing 3. Off the mark, no good. Smith, though, got the rebound. Back to Lloyd. Kick out. Gray after the pass from Young. Gray, a tough two in your eye hole. Chelsea Gray responds. The Aces back in front. Cloud, reverse layup, no. And we're going to go to the monitor, I think, to look at something. 1:47 to go. 80-79 Las Vegas. What a game of WNBA basketball, and the Sky are in a position that's all too familiar and not in a good way. They're 0-6 in overtime and one-possession games this season. Can they find a way to get it done in clutch time against one of the premier teams in the league? It is Aces ball after a short little talk. Gray up the floor. Now back it goes to Young, who finds Wilson. 10 to shoot. Wilson, step back. No good. And a foul on the floor, and it's going to go on Williams, I think. Elizabeth Williams is going to get busted for that. 91 seconds to go. Each team, by the way, has 2 timeouts plus the reset timeout. The reset timeout to advance the ball. Chicago is going to take a normal timeout. They're going to challenge. They're going to challenge this to see if it's a foul or not on Williams. So they are looking around here. So the call on the court is a foul against Chicago. So again, they still wait here. The Sky, as they continue to have a little bit of fun there. Sky, the Lioness, having a good old time. Again, this is tough. I mean, the champions resolve the Aces are showing, though, has been quite impressive. Again, still waiting to see what the call was. If they're going to, we still have not made a decision yet on this. this call going to be? That's the $100,000 question. I mean, for goodness sake, can we... see what the call is here. So they changed the call. So now we're going to have a jump ball here as they reverse the foul call. So a jump ball with 91 seconds. A 1-point lead for the Aces, and Sky get the tip. It's in the hands of Cloud, who crosses midcourt. And when Chicago actually gets that timeout back, oh, but a steal, a turnover, another turnover by the Sky. And it's Gray back up the floor. Gray with the basketball, 11 on the timer. Here is Gray with 9. Gets it now to Wilson. Wilson on a drive. No, but foul. Right at 1 minute to go, and the foul on Elizabeth Williams, and it's going to send Asia Wilson to the line. That's a bit too long. Gray did a good job getting in the passing lane to force that turnover. First free throw is in and out. Well, she is human. %85 free throw shooter, 33 points for Wilson. She does make the second. It's a 2-point game. Under a minute to go in Chicago. How's it going to end? Can the Sky break through with a clutch win against one of the best teams in the league? Here's Cloud. Gets it to Carrington with 10 to shoot. Carrington on the drive. Carrington fouled. With 43.9 seconds left. And here comes 2 clutch free throws for Dejanay Carrington. Reminder, New York and Phoenix coming up next. That stream just underway. Matthew Owens on the call for that one. Second free throw. Good, and we're tied at 81. With 43 seconds left. And did Becky Hammond take the reset timeout? Or did she take a timeout in general? Yeah, reset timeout. So the Aces will take the reset timeout to advance. Tied at 81, 43.9. What a way to start our WNBA Saturday double bill. Gray inbounds it to Wilson. Wilson. Now Evans Young with 16 to go. Young back to Wilson. Wilson in trouble, just puts one up. It's no good. Rebound Cardoso. And a timeout Chicago. With 26 seconds left. They're going to have a chance to win this game. Unbelievable. Pierre Moss saying the Sky are giving the champs all they can handle and then some. Appreciate you being with us, Pierre. And Matthew, of course, parroting the point that stay on the channel for a live stream of Liberty Mercury. That begins right at, you can watch it right after this one, or you can go ahead and watch it now. You can watch two good teams. You can watch an actual commentator call a game in the form of Matthew Owens. But we've got a doozy here, 81 apiece with 26 seconds left. The Sky going for what would be a quite remarkable victory against the Aces. The Chicago crowd, a good crowd, trying to will their Sky through. All the talk about this team, the early struggles, the failure to win close games. This is how you take a step in the right direction if you're a young and struggling team. Win a clutch game and do it against the reigning world champions. 26 seconds left. Sky will have the ball. Cloud up the floor. There's a 4-second difference between, or 5-second difference between game and shot clock. Cloud gets it to Turner. Turner's been the main star all day. 8 to shoot. Turner, 6 to shoot. Turner on a drive. Off the mark, no good. Rebound Vegas. Young has it. And Becky Hammond takes a timeout with 7 seconds left. Sky again not doing it. Not enough height on that shot. Perhaps the intimidating factor of force of Wilson kind of altered that shot. So right at 7 seconds left. 81 apiece. What a game this has been. And the thing is, if you're Chicago, you know that you've got a tough task. You've got 3 world-class players and scorers, facilitators, and just all-around ballers that will be marked 22, 12, and 0 in white. Wilson, Gray, and Young. Gotta think that last shot's going to be taken by one of those 3. Although Wilson's on the bench. As they broke out of the huddle, A'ja Wilson is on the bench here with 7 seconds left. That's interesting. Maybe it's just the timeout. It's a long timeout, and she's just taking a breather. Surely you would think she'd be on the floor for a possession of this magnitude. Oh, they've called another timeout. Okay, that's what that was. So another timeout taken. 7 seconds left. And Chicago has a reset timeout. So if you're the Aces, your goal here, listen, you get the shot when you get the shot, and if you make it, that's great. But in an ideal world, you would take the shot and have it go down or miss or whatever with little to no time left for Chicago to do something. They have had heartbreakers. June 20th, Paige Beckers did it for Dallas against them. Vegas did it July 3rd. It went to overtime. Gray stepped up and had a big performance. July 19th, they lose on a buzzer beater in Atlanta. Then Sabrina Ionescu in the closing seconds just a few days ago. And now they're staring down the barrel of another heartbreak with 7 seconds remaining in the contest. And the Aces are going to have the basketball, and here we go. It's going to be Chelsea Gray, you would suspect, to trigger the inbound, and that is indeed the case. Gray gets it into Wilson. 5 to shoot. Wilson on a drive, lays it in. 3 seconds left. That's the best player on planet Earth, folks. A'ja Wilson. Too big, too fast, too strong, too clutch. And the Sky now on the verge of 0-7 in close games. 36 for Wilson and 12 rebounds. Now, Chicago took their last regular timeout, but they did not take a reset timeout. That's an interesting decision right there, I must say. So 3.2 seconds. 2 to tie, 3 to win. Wonder if they'll take the reset option after the time. They do a back-to-back and take the reset option. Or maybe not. Who knows? Well, they did take a reset, so they are going to advance it. 3 seconds left. Here we go. They get it in. It's Turner. 1 second. Turner! Got it! Vegas, no timeouts. Gray! In and out! And the Sky. Sydney Taylor is the hero of the hour. And the Sky break through in a close game and beat the world champs. And snap the 7-game losing streak against the Aces. Undrafted, undaunted. Sydney Taylor. Sydney Turner. Nothing but net. Eye. Bullseye. Cold-blooded. Unbelievable. The Sky win it. 84-83. Gray threw up a prayer from just beyond half court. That was close, but it wouldn't have counted if it went because it was after the buzzer when she took it. Chicago wins it 84-83. Stay tuned for more WNBA basketball as New York takes on Phoenix. Mr. Owens, you've got a lot to live up to on your end. Sky win it 84-83. So long.